Welcome. My name is Thomas Allen Moon, and I'm the author of Payback: Why the Top 1% Must Invest in the Rest, and How It Can Renew America. I wrote Payback to deal explicitly with an ongoing trend that politicians of all stripes have refused to admit exists. Over the last 40 years, the gap between what it costs to live the American dream and the market income of ordinary workers has widened from a gully to a canyon. This canyon now threatens the future of the middle class, and if nothing is done, Americans with ordinary skills will fall out of the middle class. Payback proposes a tax policy that will enable capitalism not only to save the middle class, but to grow and make it more prosperous. Since Payback digs deeply into the weeds, I've recorded this Q&A to give readers a quick take on it. To make this Q&A easier for readers to digest, I've divided it into 15 sections. Payback is free to read on a website that I've created for the convenience of readers. It's my hope that Payback will contribute to a national dialogue on tax policy that I believe will take place sometime in the next decade. Now let's get started with the Q&A. Part 7. Rather than tax the working poor with a payroll tax, Social Security and Medicare should be financed by the personal income tax. Question. Getting rid of the payroll tax and replacing its lost revenue with a personal income tax is a better way to engage in social engineering than using tax preferences and credits? Sure, tax policy shouldn't increase poverty by taxing low and middle income workers either nearer or deeper into poverty. The payroll tax taxes every dollar that low-wage workers earn at a rate of 15.3%, which plunges them deeper into poverty. By increasing the after-tax income of low-wage workers, the child tax credit, the earned income credit, or the EIC for short, and the premium credit all attempt to undo some of the harm done by the payroll tax to these workers. A simpler way to undo these harmful effects would be to repeal the payroll tax. Aren't Social Security and Medicare financed by the payroll tax? Yes, but there's no reason why Social Security and Medicare couldn't be financed from the personal income tax. Nothing prevents the political process from repealing the payroll tax and replacing lost revenue with an increase in the personal income tax. To secure permanently the financial security of both Social Security and Medicare, the government could pledge the first dollars that come into the general fund from the personal income tax to the payment of these programs. Not only would this relieve low and middle income taxpayers of a tax that forces them into poverty, but it would permanently guarantee the financial security of both Social Security and Medicare. Don't workers and others pay for their own Social Security and Medicare benefits from their payroll taxes? That's a myth. No one contributes nearly enough payroll taxes to pay for their Social Security and Medicare benefits, even including what their employers contribute on their behalf and the interest that would accumulate on all contributions. In 2011, the Brookings Institution published a study that established that beneficiaries of Social Security and Medicare get more in benefits than has been contributed on their behalf. Is that true for everyone? With very rare exceptions, yes. For anyone who doubts it, they should prove it for themselves as I did by adding up the total contributions made on their behalf and the interest that would have accrued on such contributions. Once they do, they'll find that this amount isn't nearly enough to buy a retirement income annuity equivalent to Social Security and a health insurance policy equivalent to Medicare. In Chapter 4 of my book, I invite readers to take the, quote, Libertarian Bargain quiz to find out for themselves. Question. How would low and middle income workers benefit from replacing the payroll tax with a personal income tax? Well, the personal income tax is much more progressive than the payroll tax. The payroll tax taxes every dollar of wage income from the first dollar up to the current cap of $137,700, while the personal income tax taxes only income above the standard deduction, taxes all forms of income, taxes income at graduated rates ranging from 10% to 37%, and has no cap on what is taxed. Replacing the payroll tax with a personal income tax would end taxing millions of low-wage workers into poverty and relieve the government of much of the need to use tax credits to supplement their income. This concludes Part 7.